Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday night. This is October the 11th, 2017, and we're going to talk about natural healing. This is not medical advice, of course, and it's not a substitute for it. We're talking about really how to turn the body back on to do what it does really well, and that's healing. The body is a natural healer, and all we have to do is really get out of the way. So I'm not really a teacher. I'm kind of here to unteach you. So, basically we're trying to break some bad habits, if you will, some things that have been sort of programmed into us since birth. So once we return back to the natural world, eat the foods that we're naturally supposed to eat, and learn a little bit about herbs and some other little tricks, the body starts to clean itself out, and health is restored naturally to the body. So this is what we're after. So that's why I'm here. So I wanted to talk to you guys. I didn't have a show last week. What happened was I woke up in the morning and I had two little dots on my left eye. And then within several hours, my eye filled up with blood, and it was really bright red blood, and the whole eye was filled with it. So I got on to Google and I did a bunch of research, and it's quite common. I broke a blood vessel in the eye, and it said, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing. Give it 10 days, 2 weeks, and it should clear." So it's almost all gone. I was helping it out with some herbs. I'll talk about that. But what I thought about was, okay, why did I break a blood vessel? Okay, and blood vessels are part, of course, of the structure of the body. Bitsy's growling over here at something. Okay, say hi to everybody. I know everybody likes to see Bitsy. Okay, now stop growling. Okay, we're doing a show. All right, so basically, what happens is, when you have a weakening structure of the body, and the blood vessels, bones, joints, all that kind of stuff, skin, sagging skin is a sign, varicose veins are a sign of this. It's the parathyroid. And the parathyroid is where calcium is utilized, and calcium is very important to the structure of the body. Now, calcium is also a really fantastic antacid, so if you're a bit acidic in the body will use that calcium. Calcium it can find locally and help alkalize the body. And it particularly will pull calcium out of the blood and out of the blood vessels. So if the parathyroid isn't keeping up, if it's a little bit weak and not keeping up, you lose the elasticity, the strength of the bones, the flexibility of the joints, all that kind of stuff. So I looked at it as a sign that I should really work on my parathyroid a little bit. So I got a parathyroid glandular, and I'm also doing some herbs that support the thyroid and parathyroid, like kelp. And I'm doing some herbs like horsetail that have a lot of silica in it, which helps the structure of the body. So this is healing very, very quickly. And I'm going to keep going to a bottle or two of the parathyroid glandular. And I'm doing the Javana Bones Joints Boost. And what I'm doing is I'm grinding it up into a fine powder in my coffee grinder and putting a half a teaspoon in my smoothies. So those two working together, the glandular and the herbs together, are going to help me with the structure. So I have a varicose vein, coincidentally on the left side also, right in about the knee area. And so I'm watching that carefully, and I'm going to keep doing these herbs till I heal that. And I'm on a bit of a detox. I'm eating real clean and doing a lot of juice and fruit and things like that. So so I'll keep you posted on that. But anytime you get these kinds of things, I like to look in a little bit deeper, like what's going on here? Why did I have that weakness? Would I have broken a blood vessel in my eye, 30 years ago? I never have. I'd never broken one before. So, as you get up in the years and all that stuff, things start to weaken. The body doesn't last forever. And we do weaken, so we want to keep up with it. We want to do the best we can. We want to get the best, good miles out of the body that we can. And these are little things that we learn along the way. And, I like teaching these things as I go through them. So I'm also using Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright formula. He has a wonderful formula for the eyes. And I just finished 120 hours worth of herb schooling with Dr. Christopher's School of Natural Healing. And there was a story that he wrote about in one of his books where a mother had come in with her baby, and she was distraught because the baby was born without an optic nerve and was blind. And Dr. Christopher was such a positive guy that she said, well, can this be healed? He says, I don't know, but we're going to try something. So he had the mom administer these herbs, the eye bright herbs internally and externally to the eye, and actually put some brain and nerve herbs in the baby's ear. And a lot of the baby's sight was restored. So that's a miracle in my book. But anyways, I'm using his formula to help. It's got cayenne pepper in it, so it stings a little bit, but it's got a lot of good things that actually move lymph in that eye. And I'm taking it internally and externally too. So I just want to share that information with you guys. So, I experiment on myself a lot. I try a lot of different things, and stuff happens to me too. So, you're not alone. So, anyway, so that's just a little bit of my story there. But so we're going to jump into some questions here. And right away, and because I know we didn't do a show last week, so there's probably a backlog of a lot of questions. So I'm going to jump right in, and let's get to work here. Okay, so let's see. Susie Snowflake, first up, is back. Hi, Susie. Welcome back. All right, we got Buddha's Brain. That sounds like a new person. Hi, Buddha's Brain. I've completed my first week with Dr. Morse's Herbal Detox program. Great. And I'm getting very little sediment in my urine. What's going on? Okay, so what Buddha's Brain is talking about is, the lymphatic system is the sewer system of the body. Okay, it's where your body deals with cellular waste from your trillions and trillions of cells. And that waste is filtered and expelled through the kidneys. So it's important to get what's called kidney filtration. You want to see these lymphatic wastes in your urine. It's very important to see that. So we check that. We get a glass jar, and you pee into it. First thing in the morning is good because you haven't put a lot of fluids through the body, and so you can see the sediment more. So we want to see sediment. A lot of us don't get filtration. That's why we back up. The lymph system is a sewer system. That sewer system gets backed up, and you can only imagine the problems that causes. It's the vast majority of what's going on is a dirty sewer. Most things can be traced back to this, because a dirty sewer not only is a great home for pathogens like bacteria and viruses and parasites, it's also becomes acidic and starts burning you. It starts chewing on you and forming a inflammatory condition. A mucus response too. So that mucus starts filling up in the body. So this is really it. So kidney filtration is really super important. Now, what happens is you're eating junk food decade after decade. Your parents ate the junk food. So now you've got generational issues of eating the wrong diet, an inflammatory, mucus-producing diet. The genetics are passed on to you, and then now you've started at a disadvantage. So you cannot expect, decades and even generations of lymphatic constipation in those kidneys to be solved in a week. So it takes patience. You just got on the herbs. There's kidney herbs in there that really help dissolve sediments. Okay, there's herbs that have been proven, have a tradition of being able to dissolve things. And there's also diuretic herbs in there that actually push fluids through those kidneys to help clean them. But a week is not a long time. There's things you can do to help. You can do what's called dry fasting. Dry fasting is where you don't consume anything, no food, no water, no nothing, for, let's start out with 12 hours. Okay, so you do it at night. You stop, let's say you stop eating, drinking, putting anything in the body at 7 o'clock at night, and you don't do anything again until 7 in the morning. You've just had a 12-hour dry fast. So you increase that, and it's good to do a 24-hour one once a week while you're detoxing. It really helps open up those kidneys. The longest I've done is 36 hours. I don't really recommend going beyond 36 hours unless you're super experienced or under supervision. But those short-term dry fasts are really, really good. Okay, and they can really help open up those kidneys. I was talking to someone today, and she was telling me that she's had really great results by doing castor oil packs on the kidneys. She got the kidneys filtering really well by doing a castor oil pack with a pinch of cayenne pepper in that castor oil. You can look up on my website, MarkJamesGordon.com, how to do castor oil packs, and this will help soften things up and help get those kidneys releasing. Okay, so those are things you can do. And I'm just noticing I skipped over a couple people. I missed you guys. I'm gonna say hi to everybody here. I'm at the top of the stack, so I missed some of you guys. Zappin321, hello Mark, hello Zappin. We got Doris Roten is back. We missed you. All right, missed you too, Doris. We've got Game Walkthrough. That sounds like a new person. Welcome. I was having horrible time doing the master fast because of adrenal fatigue. I seem to have it under control now, and hopefully I can last at least 30 days. Okay, so Game Walkthrough is doing the master fast. Master fast is a very, very powerful detoxification program using grape juice and herbs, liquid herbs. And also dry fasting is incorporated in that. Enemas are incorporated into that, and also some psyllium, bentonite clay, and charcoal mixed together. It's very, very powerful. And they also utilized pasteurized grape juice. This is something that I'm not really fully on board with. It is very powerful, though. But so adrenal fatigue, of course, is where your adrenals are, they're not functioning properly. So you're not getting, neurotransmitters out of those adrenals. You're not getting, you're becoming fatigued easily because, number one, your blood pressures are low, usually with adrenal fatigue, and the adrenals are just not functioning. They make some chemicals that help you feel, that help give you energy, the epinephrines and things like that. So, it's difficult. It takes a while for the body to kind of set itself, to come over to juice. The adrenals also handle sugar metabolism. So you're coming into juice now. It's got to metabolize all that sugar. So, it might be a little bit too powerful for you. Slow and steady completes the race. Maybe come in a little slower. Check your blood pressures. See where you're at. Licorice root can really help with adrenal fatigue. It's very powerful, but you have to have low blood pressures. You can't be over like 120, 125 on the systolic upper number. So high blood pressure, you don't want to use the licorice root, but that really helps. So the adrenal herbs, adrenal glandulars can help. They've helped me. Look into that. Bring those adrenals up, but you may be going a little too fast, okay? So if you're having a horrible time, unless you're on death's door, why have a horrible time? We're in this for the long haul. Detoxification is hopefully a lifestyle change where you're actually changing your life, and you're always detoxing to some degree. Like I, for the most part, have fruit until noon, and then I'll have a salad or something like that. So I'm, and I do a lot of herbs still too, the teas and all that. So I'm at a stage of detox always, some sort of stage. I'm not back to bacon and eggs and toast with butter. No way. Those are long gone. I couldn't eat it if I wanted to. I'd feel terrible. So, come in a little slower and work on those adrenal glands, okay? And work on the thyroid too. The thyroid handles metabolism, so your metabolism could be low. All right. And, so those are a couple tips for you. All right. So come in a little slower. We got Jeannie. Hi, Mark. Hi, everyone. Glad to be with you all. Welcome back, Jeannie. We got Libby back again. Cute dog. Yeah, Bitsy. She's amazing. Yeah, she's asleep now. She was growling at something out there. These dogs have such great hearing. She probably heard like the smallest little pitter-patter of a dog out there or something. We got the vegan renegade. My mom has been raw 12 days. Her pain is not as severe, but still has pain. Her blood sugar is still in the high 300s. She wants to know when you had it. How long did you take it for to heal your I think you're trying to say fibromyalgia. Right, so mom has fibromyalgia. I don't believe in fibromyalgia. I believe it's systemic acidosis. I believe it's a backed up sewer. And I think I had it for a long time. my joints, even when I was younger, just didn't feel all that good. They were always just weak and achy. And so I had I was having inflammatory responses in the body due to acidosis, and also was tied to some gluten intolerance too that I did not know about, and casein, the protein in milk. So a lot of people have this gluten casein intolerance. A lot of us aren't filtering properly. We're eating the wrong diet, so we're acidic, so that causes pain. Acids equal pain. And then it really came to a head when I got on the Atkins diet, a high protein diet, because protein is not only not necessary, and I'll get back to that, it is very painful. It's very high acid, and it blocks up the kidneys. So when I say we don't need protein, we need amino acids, which protein is broken down into. We get plenty of that in fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, plenty of it. So we don't need to go looking for it, in my view. And I'm just thriving without having it. I don't need it. I haven't had meat in years and don't want it. More of a compassionate thing to animals as well. And you just don't need it. You need those amino acids, though, and they're plentiful. Strongest animals in the world are not meat eaters. So there you go. So to heal, look, when you get off the acid forming foods and you start to move lymph, you're going to feel so much better. But, you'll get to these levels, you'll feel real good after like a month or so of doing this. I mean, for me, I went 50% less pain within weeks. And then it was just slow, digging and digging and digging. And the deeper you dig, the less you gain, but you keep gaining a little bit. And I gotta say that I could never go back. Like when I have some treats, like a little bit of pizza with that wheat and a little bit of gluten, I gotta be very careful because I can still I guess I still have the programming which will give me an inflammatory response to foods like wheat and the gluten in there. So I've got to be very, very careful. So does this ever fully heal? Where okay, if I was to say, okay, I'm fully healed now, I can go back to eating the way I used to eat. No way, no way. And it could be that when you get down and really clean the body out, you don't have all that mucus to buffer all that crud you just put in your body, all that acidic food, and all that, all those toxins coming at you. So that's something you got to think of also. You're peeling away those layers that have been kind of protecting you. That's what mucus does. It protects the body from acidosis. So, so you can't ever go back. That's the bad news or the good news. I mean, if I ate a Big Mac meal, I'd probably lock up and die. And there have been some raw foodists that have gotten themselves into big trouble by trying to have, a massive meal of cooked food. I believe Bernard McFadden, one of the greats, actually died from breaking a fast with boiled potatoes. So that's the rumor, at least. So you got to be real careful. So, getting rid of the acids will make your mom feel a whole lot better, and she can keep as much as she wants to go. She can keep digging and digging and digging, but get off of all the mucus-forming, acid-forming foods. Get on the fruits, berries, and melons and salads, and that's the key to it. And do some herbs. Do a detox for a couple months, and with an herbal kit, and really dig down deep and get that going. Definitely clean the stomach and bowels, of course. Definitely get the kidneys filtering. Definitely use some herbs to move lymph. Definitely kill some parasites, and definitely work on those glands and get that liver cleansed out for a month or two. And you're off and running. All right. So, okay, we're back to Susie Snowflake. So I've caught up to the stack. So I'm gonna skip over Buddha's Brain. We answered Buddha's Brain. Now we got Keza69. Welcome back, Keza69. Hey, Mark, have you seen as of late some vegan YouTubers now incorporating cooked into their raw regime? They say they feel better. Sunfruit Danny's one. What's your thoughts? I think they're going nuts, huh? I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just a middle of the road guy. I'm not a purist. I think that, look, there's nothing better than raw for really digging deep. The raw fruits especially, the juices and all that. and the the salads just to ground you and to make you feel satiated, and to for building and all that. But there's nothing higher than a pure grape fast, things like that. So as far as a maintenance diet, I still have a little bit of cooked when I'm not detoxing. I'll do, I'm a potato guy. I love potatoes, but the sweet potatoes are anti-inflammatory. They're the best. Okay. I always talk about my fruit pizzas I make. I have brown rice tortillas, and I quarter them and toast them, and then I spread avocado and some chopped tomato and chopped olives on there. It kind of tricks me to think I'm having pizza, but yeah, a little bit of cooked, a little bit of soups in the winter. You can keep those under 120 degrees, so they're technically raw, but they're still warm. Things like that. I think that it depends what they're doing, to be honest with you. Some steamed veggies, things like that, are not too inflammatory. So yeah, it's all what they're doing as far as the cooked. I mean, to go back to the bacon and eggs thing, forget it. To go back to steak and potatoes, forget it. To go back to wheat pasta with cooked tomato sauce, forget it. The cooked tomatoes are super acidic. So yeah, I think it depends on how you're doing it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the food is psychological. I learned that from doing the Master Fast myself. 44 days on Master Fast. In the final few weeks, I was only drinking 1 quart of juice a day or less. And that was cooked grape juice, pasteurized grape juice, which you would think would have very little nutrition because it's cooked. But I really wasn't craving food. It was crazy. I was maintaining my weight. Go figure. How do you do that? I don't know. I don't know how it happened. But I was doing herbs too. But do we need all this food once we're cleaned out? Once we've got the bowels cleaned out, we're getting better absorption of what we're taking in. We've got the glands all balanced out and all that pus and mucus out of the glands. So now they're functioning. They're utilizing everything that's coming in. We're actually pulling nitrogen out of the air. Nitrogen is one of the main ingredients in fertilizer. So it's a big mystery, But, I got to admit, sometimes cooked food really makes you feel good. It really does. But there's certain things you got to stay away from. Definitely pizza is one of the worst things to put in the body. I would say zero dairy. Zero dairy, everybody, no matter what you're trying to do. Zero dairy. And zero gluten. Definitely zero gluten. I would say zero, like any kind of white, like flour, white sugar, any of that. But yeah, it depends how you approach that cook thing when you're not detoxing. When you're detoxing, the lowest level that we go to in the hierarchy of food on detox. So if we're at the top of the mountain, the highest, we're at that citrus juice level, that grape juice level, okay? And then we go down to the lesser juices, like the apple juices. Then we get into the solid fruits, okay? We're now into the citruses and grapes and watermelons, and then we get into the sweeter fruits like the apples, peaches, plums, pears, things like that. And then we get into the really sweet fruits like the bananas and the dates, okay? And then we get into the salads, and then at the lowest end of our detox foods, we get into a little bit of steamed broccoli and things like that, and maybe a baked sweet potato. But that's it. We only use those to slow down a detox or to bring us in, depending on how, not everybody can jump right into fruit. I mean, if you've been eating, McDonald's twice a day and lean cuisine once a day, you're not going to be able to jump right in like that. So these, detox is an art. You've got to know where the accelerator pedal is and where the brake pedal is as you're detoxing. So I guess the long answer is, the short answer is you just gotta, you gotta kind of learn the art of detox, and you can use a little bit of cooked and steamed veggies to help you out. Okay, Medicine Walker, Brother North Star is back. All right, peace and blessings to you, Mark James. Thank you. Same to you. Speak about charcoal and moringa for healing. Well, the charcoal we know is used in these you know, in the psyllium puddings and things like that. And Dr. Morse uses in the GI broom. It's great for mopping up things. You know, it'll mop up toxins and metals and things like that. So it's good. Gino says it's as a plasmatic attractor also. He's into this plasma energy thing. So he likes that. He loves cooked things. He really does. He loves burnt things. You know, claims that the atoms are opened up and the potential of that is really opened up. So the moringa is you know, this, I guess it's a tree that can really save the planet. They say it grows everywhere. The leaves are very nutritious, and people use them in salads and things like that. I've never had it myself. I guess it's a superfood type thing. Haven't had it yet, but you know, I hear a lot of good things. Any kind of sustainable tree that we can, you know, that just keeps regenerating itself is a great idea. It's called a salad tree, and but you know, I can't remember tasting the moringa leaves. If you guys could chime in and let me know what they taste like. I mean, could you make a salad out of it, or is it more like an herb type of thing? I don't know. I picture bay leaf type of a thing for some reason, but let me know. I'm curious about it. Okay, we got Buddha's Brain. Is it best to stay on fruit throughout my 14-week detox? Yeah, if you can. Yeah, I really think, you know, unless you're hitting it hard with good food, that you're throwing your money away. These herbs are not cheap. You know, I would want to be on the cleanest diet possible, the highest fruit diet. Incorporating some dry fasting too, at least 12 hours a night, 14 to 16 a night, and a 24 to a 36 once a week. I mean, if you're spending this money and you really are serious about detox, let's go all the way. You know, as best you can, as much as you can handle. But yeah, I think you gotta be on fruit. And you know, sometimes you gotta go down to the salads and the green drinks to balance out. I understand that. But do the best you can, you know, get highest fruit as possible, okay? So Jeannie, well, Mark, congratulations on your graduation from class in Dr. Morse's teachings. Yeah, it was an all online type of thing. It's a really good school. It's called Dr. Christopher's School of Natural Healing. They're out of Utah. And they run a really good program there. And it was actually a lot more work than because I'm doing all this too, and it was taking up a lot of my time. I had 3 months to complete it, but you know, I tend to be one of those guys that does it in big chunks. So, but they were very thorough. They taught me a lot of good stuff, and I got Dr. Christopher's book. Of course, I can't find it right now, but I got his book, his reference book, which is really amazing. What I love about Dr. Christopher is that Dr. Morse is really the guy for the lymphatic system. You know, he is the guy that broke this wide open. The key to cleaning the body and detoxing the body is in that lymphatic system, and we all owe Dr. Morse a debt of gratitude. This is his contribution, really. And Dr. Christopher is an old-time, herbalist, not a treatment-based guy like Dr. Morse. More of, hey, let's go after and fix the body. We're not interested in treatments. We're interested in the cure and using the herbs. So he's great. But Dr. Morse has a lot of poultices, a lot of things you can put on top of things, on top of the skin and things like that to help heal too, which is great. So I learned a lot about that from him. And I'll be sharing all this stuff with you guys. So, but good, thank you very much for that. Yeah, it was really good. I suggest everybody, if that's interested in herbs, go into its correspondence. It's not expensive, you know, and you could go all the way to master herbalist in that school too. Okay, so there's different levels you can do, and so yeah, and I might keep moving up. I don't know. We'll have to see. You know, why not? Okay, so we've got Lie B. Sometimes after I do the 14-week Morse program, I'd like to do a master fast. Is that something you could help me do with private consultations? Yeah, of course, I can help you with that. Yeah, sure. So you're going to do the 14-week program, and then you want to continue on and do a master fast afterwards. Yeah, I mean, see how you do after the 14-week program. See how your healing goes. The master fast is very powerful, like I said. And, there's, Gino has made some different, modified master fasts and things like that. There's a lot to choose from in that program too. I mean, I can help you. Gino's more of an expert on his master fast though. And he does consults as well. But I'd love to help you too. So either way, but he's more specific with the master fast, okay? And he is a Dr. Morse disciple. He understands the lymphatic system, and a lot of his herbs that he has that he uses are very much in line with Dr. Morse's herbs as well. The thing that they really differ on with me myself also is the cooked, the pasteurized juice. I'm more into way. Hey, how does nature provide it to us? Let's stick with the natural way. Okay. All right. So we got Kristen Dees. I am so sick, but every time I begin to cleanse, I get deathly ill. I can't take it. How can I survive a cleanse when I get shaky and violently vomit? I feel best on a dry fast. Well, I'm sorry, Kristen. Wow. So, it's a lot of times, we're just so backed up. We're so toxic that when you start to cleanse, you start to move. You're starting to move acids and toxins. Okay. And you kind of go backwards before you go forwards. And so you're feeling better on a dry fast when you're not putting anything in the body. Interesting. I'd have to ask you a ton of questions, but the basis of it is that we know that we have to get the kidneys filtering. We have to do that to get the lymph cleaning. We know that we got to move lymph. So you've got to, you got to get the kidneys filtering a little bit. You can do a little bit of lymphatic herbs in the beginning. But, but we know we got to get that lymph moving and get it filtered. We know we got to clean the GI tract because it's a major area of elimination. We know we got to get that cleansing. And we know that we've got to get the glands balanced. So, the herbs can help us, and the fruits we know are very, very cleansing. So I think it's an issue of how much can you handle. So I tell people, if you're worried, start with just a drop of each herb. And a little bit of fruit and a little bit of fruit juice, and take it from there. Find your point, your entry point. It might be 5 drops of this herb and that, but find your entry point and then work from there, because the body will come around. You'll be able to add a little bit more of the herbs and the fruit and things like that. Get some traction, get something going. Like they say in baseball, let's just get on the board. Just get on base, or just a bunt to get on base. We just get on base, get on board, okay? And don't move too fast. Don't scare yourself out of this. Don't have such violent vomiting and all that kind of stuff where you're afraid to do this. Okay, so come in slow. All right? So write to me further down on this chat, and let's have a little feedback tonight, okay? And we're going to help you out, Kristen, okay? Today for tomorrow, Mark, where could I study iridology to become a certified specialist? I just studied from Dr. Morse, and I got Dr. Bernard Jensen's books. Dr. Bernard Jensen is kind of the guy, okay? And he pioneered sort of Western iridology. So you live in South Florida. Is it possible to get a certification online and still become a great specialist? I don't know of any. I really don't. I know that Dr. Jensen's daughter's running something in San Diego. I only use the iridology really looking for lymphatic obstructions and seeing the level of lymphatic stagnation in the body. So I don't use it to diagnose anything and all that. I can just look and see where the problems are and how long they've been there, to just know what kind of work we're getting into. All right. So, and I can see acidosis and things like that in the whites of the eyes, and and just general things like that. So, I would do Dr. Morse's programs. You're going to learn so much. Level 2, very, very high concentration on iridology in that. He teaches you so much in level 2. Okay. And then combine that with Dr. Jensen's. Just that little book, you guys, is called Iridology Simplified. Just that little book is amazing. You can get it on eBay. I'm sorry, on Amazon.com. Very, very inexpensive. Just that little book, I think, is great. And I have about, I don't know, a dozen videos up on my YouTube channel that you can go and get iridology lessons right there. I mean, that's a lot of it right there. So combine those three. Listen to the ones I put out. Get the Jensen book, and if you can get to level 2, do level 1, of course. Dr. Morse, you do that correspondence. And then he's putting level 2 up on line 2. But if you can get out there with Dr. Morse, that's even better. All right. So good luck. Okay. So we got Sean J. Moran. Is there a correlation between blood sugar and blood pressure? You know, I look at them totally differently. There probably is something there. But yeah, I don't really look at that to be. I treat them as two separate things, really. The only way they could correlate. See, if you have blood sugar issues, a lot of that is adrenals. It shows me that you're not metabolizing sugar, so you have weak adrenals. And if you got low systolic blood pressure, you got weak adrenals. So you could say there's some correlation there. Okay. There are essential amino acids and essential fatty acids, but no essential carbohydrates. Why is this? You know, the best sugar you can put in your body is monosaccharide fructose from sugar. That would be the essential carbohydrate. But I don't know why they don't call it why this essential thing is. You know, carbohydrates are really everywhere in food, so maybe that's why. I don't know. I think because you need a basket of these amino acids and a basket of these essential fatty acids in order to form the whole complex, you know, fatty acid structure or amino acid structure. I've heard Dr. Morse say he thinks that's a bunch of baloney anyway, so who knows? All I know is fruit sugar is the best. It doesn't need insulin to transfer. The body thrives on it. You're a carbon-based animal. It's what the body runs on, and we've proven that. I've proved that with the 44 days on Master Fast. People have gone a couple hundred days on Master Fast with just juice, just that fruit sugar. So, yeah, it's amazing. We got Doris. Are blueberries good to eat? I heard they are acidic. They're technically acidic. Now, this is something that's interesting, is that you have the acid fruits like your citruses. You know, technically they're acidic when you take a pH paper to them, but it's acid ash. In other words, when they kind of turn it to ash, it's alkaline, and that's how you gauge it. It has an alkalizing effect to the body. That's what we care about. Does it alkalize our lymphatic system? That's what does it thin that out and get it moving? That's what we want. So blueberries are good to eat. Don't worry about their acidic nature because they're alkalizing to the body. Okay? We've got, and I was curious about that too. I did some research on that. That's how come I know. But that's a great question. We've got Dipka, right? I remember that name. Hey, Mark, my adrenals are cooked, fried, yeah. But when I eat brown rice, I can actually function. Even fruit sugar is hard to metabolize. Your thoughts? It tells me, yeah, your adrenals are they're not metabolizing the sugar. And, you know, you're getting probably a slower release of the sugar from that brown rice. And so it's a little easier. What I would say is when you eat fruit, drink your fruit. In other words, chew the heck out of it till it gets to a liquid form, okay? And eat it slowly. And then chew your juice. Mix that juice, take small sips, mix it with saliva. Okay, this helps the digestive process. And plus, you're not ramming a bunch of sugar into those adrenals right away. In other words, if you take a 16-ounce glass of juice or a smoothie and guzzle that thing, you just hit the adrenals with a lot of metabolizing work. So just go real slow. Those adrenals will come around. They'll get we need the fruit to cleanse them, okay? So, yeah, so just do it real slow. And you should just release the sugar into your mouth slowly, okay? Don't eat a bunch and hopefully the body releases it slowly. You do it slowly. What I do is in the morning, I'll have a smoothie or a juice, and I'll have it next to my computer, and I'll just take a sip. I'll hold it in. When I think about it, sometimes I don't think about it, but I'll just hold it in and swish it around, and maybe 5-10 minutes later I'll have another sip. It takes me probably an hour to get through, a smoothie or a juice, and then I'll go get another one. And that's how I do it. I don't ever guzzle like that, So I think that'll help you, okay? We got Jolie Hansen. Hi, Mark. Hi, Jolie. Welcome back. Dibka, also, you mentioned to me over email I have weak kidneys, but mine are filtering, so could you elaborate? You might have had really high blood pressures, like, in the 80s or 90s on those kidneys, high 70s, so that might have been what I said. You might have told me you had, because that shows you got blockages. That resting blood pressure shows obstructions. So you may have told me you had black circles under the eyes. I don't really remember the conversation. It might have been under a different name. But there's certain things that point to weak kidneys. Okay? Those are two of the big ones. We got Eslin, great channel. Thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome. We got Shazi Gear. Welcome. What is the recommendation for transitioning while breastfeeding? What herbs are not okay? Go to my website, MarkJamesGordon.com. I've got a whole list of herbs up there that are not recommended during a pregnancy, and some that are not recommended during lactation. So there's a whole list of them over there. Okay, and yeah. So that's a good resource for you. But, also correlate and double check that. All right. So Jolie, I'm in South Florida too. All right. I hope you're okay during the hurricanes. Got James Bond, Florida in the house. Well, a lot of people from Florida. Good. All right. Go up and say hi to Dr. Morse. He's up in Port Charlotte. Got Shannon Martin. Welcome. Hi, Mark. Just finished Dr. Morse's Fab 4 kit number 4. Fab 4 kit number 4. Now I'm a little confused about that. So there is a Fab 4 kit. Number 4, does that mean you have number 4 stomach and bowel formulas? What happens is that, or you've had 4 kits, 4 Fab 4 kits. Okay, so Dr. Morse's Fab 4 kit is a very simple kit. It's got herbs for the kidneys to get those filtering. It's got lymphatic herbs to help that lymph get moving. It's got herbs for the GI tract, the stomach and bowel formulas to get that cleaned up. Very, very important. It's got herbs to help the glands out, especially those adrenals. So maybe you've done 4 of those, or Dr. Morse's stomach and bowel formulas come in 5 different strengths. So number 4 would be a very powerful one. But anyways, well, yeah. So just finished Dr. Morse's Fab 4 kit. All right. Been making great progress with a clean diet. Good. I've been experiencing extreme itching all over. Is this normal? I stopped my lupus meds also. Well, the extreme itching, like I say, when you start stirring the pot, all that latent, stuff is going to start moving. So it's not uncommon to get skin irritations as you begin to move acids and lymph. The body will react to it. Like I say, sometimes you go backwards before you go forwards. It's like the bow and arrow theory. You got to pull back the bow before it's released and moves forward. So, so keep digging, okay? Don't know much about lupus meds, but I don't even believe in lupus. I think it's systemic acidosis. And in my view, you're on the right track, working on that lymphatic system and getting that cleaned up, because getting those acids out is the key to that. Okay. We got Cam. We got Cam Patel. So Wim Hof method has been shown to raise body's pH to close to 8. Have you tested doing an hour or so of Wim Hof breathing along with a long detox? I haven't, but I know that Wim Hof is the Iceman, climbed to the 19,000 feet Mount Everest in a t-shirt and shorts. He has world records, Guinness records for being under the ice. Amazing guy. But they had him in laboratories, and he was doing his breath work and getting that, alkalizing that blood just by breath. So I haven't done it. I haven't tested it. I have done Wim Hof, and it's great, but I have not tested that. But it has been clinically tested, and it will alkalize the blood. Now, will it alkalize the pH? I don't know. That's a good thing. That would be a great test. We got Gregory Kaminsky. All right, Gregory. Hi, Mark. Do you recommend eating fermented food? I'm not part of a detox program. And I'm a firm believer we don't really need it, because a lot of us eat these things because we want to balance the gut flora out. And the gut bacteria will, you can't keep it out of the body, number one, and it will rebalance if you eat the proper foods that the body's designed for, which is the fruit and the herbs and the salads. So it'll naturally, you get all that milk out of there, all that dairy, all that meat, and all those grains, and that's going to all balance out. So you don't really need it. You know, sometimes it's fun. I mean, you know, I love a little sauerkraut and kimchi and all that kind of stuff. But I don't really, you know, I don't really do it too much, and I certainly don't think I need it for the gut flora. But fruits are okay. They're all you need for good fruits are all you need for the gut flora. Amanda, hello, Shannon. I also had itching for about 2 months. It gets better. Now on juices only for 7 days. Awesome. Hey, Amanda, welcome from Australia. Good. We've got Charles Gistarb. What's the best lymphatic cleanse? Best lymphatic cleanse is a good lymphatic detox, as taught by Dr. Robert Morse and as preached by me. So I'm going to go over the basics. I do it every show. So the basics are, we want to put the right food in the body, and the best food for detoxification is fruits, berries, and melons. And then we want to use herbs to open up those kidneys, get them filtering. We want to use lymphatic herbs to help pull on that lymph system, this body sewer system, get it moving again. Remove some of the obstructions in it. We want to clean the stomach and bowels, and we want to go after the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands sit on top of the kidneys. They control the kidneys. They also handle sugar metabolism, like we talked about. They also make antacid steroids that help alkalize the body. So, and then we also need to go after the other glands too. So those are the 4 main areas. And then in the beginning, we go after the liver, gallbladder, and we go after the parasites, the fungus in the body. And that's a lymphatic detox. And then you can also do some dry fasting and some enemas and all kinds of tricks like that. But the basics are the Fab 4: kidneys, lymph, glands, and GI tract, okay? And that's the best, all right? And that will turn on the healing in the body. Once you get that lymph alkalized to a certain level, the healing can come in, and then eventually regeneration of tissues in the body. And miracles, absolute miracles will happen, okay? You'll be healing stuff you don't even know what's going on, stuff that's set up to bother you 5-10 years down the road, okay? Knees that are starting to weaken, cartilage is starting to fail, you know, tendons that are starting to get hard. You know, when you get acidic inside the body, just picture you at 80 years old looking like a piece of beef jerky because you're so acidic. Acids dehydrate you. You don't want to go into your older years like that. Some people start getting dehydrated in their 30s. You know, especially if you've been a smoker or, you know, heavy drinking, any kind of a habit that's really super acidic, or your kidneys just are locked up. You can become very acidic. You know, scleroderma, that's like a real acidic, super acidic condition, you know. And so, yeah, so they're just very drying. Acids are very, very drying. Okay, so let's do this. Let's alkalize that body, and that hydrates the body. Alkalization is hydration. It's the only true hydration. You can drink a ton of water. If you're not cleaning that lymph system, you have an acidic lymph system. You're drying up. Okay, we got Peach. Peach, welcome. Can bananas be eaten on a deep detox? They can be eaten on a detox. They're not the deepest detox. They're kind of a neutral thing. They're good to make you feel like you're eating something. They're good grounding. They got a lot of good sugars in them and fibers and potassium and all that stuff. But you know, they're at the lower end of our detox foods. Same with the avocados. So if you're really trying to hit it hard, you know, go very easy on those. All right. It all depends on the level again. You know, you got to learn the art. You'll know when you go too fast. Like if you have just orange juice for a couple of days, you'll hit it hard and you'll be aching, head achy and body achy and all that. So yeah, you'll learn the art of detox. But those are slower foods. Okay. CM, hey Mark, I know cooked tomatoes are bad, but what about sun-dried tomatoes? Oh, interesting. Yeah, you know, tomatoes are a fruit. They're not, I don't really recommend them on a detox. I don't think sun-dried tomatoes are that awful, to be honest with you. I don't know what the pH of those is, so to be honest with you. But they're a nice little addition to a salad, you know, or even on my little fruit pizza thing, that might be a good little addition. But yeah, try a little bit and see what you think. Do a little research. But yeah, the cooked is just so acidic. I mean, I can remember when I was eating pasta and all that I would get such heartburn after that. And yeah, very, very acidic to the body. Vegan Renegade, question for me, Mark. I've been detoxing the last few months. I've gotten so much better, but my eyes have darkness under them. When will that disappear? So that's kidneys. You know, are you filtering the kidneys? You know, what's your blood pressures? Are you getting down in the low 70s, high 60s? You know, that's how you'll tell, you know, that those kidneys are starting to happen. But yeah, you know, the Fab 4, the high fruit, enemas to help you move toxins out. You know, saunas, you guys. 3 main areas of elimination: kidneys for the lymphatic system, GI tract for the solid waste and for lymphatic waste and for waste in general, and the skin. You know, there's an $81 sauna on Amazon.com, a home sauna. Do not do infrared saunas, do wet or dry. And those 3 main areas, get those moving, and that stuff will start to go away. Those kidneys will start opening up. Pressure's coming down and the dark circle's disappearing. Okay? But you can't just go after the kidneys. You got to go after those 4 main areas. Okay? Make sure you've done some liver work. You know, when you see kidney weakness, I always see liver weakness. Vice versa. Okay? We got to do some work on that too. At least for a month and a half. There's a lot of good herbs for the liver, and there's a lot of good little protocols for the liver. If you go to MarkJamesGordon.com, I've got Dr. Morse's recommended simple liver cleanse with the olive oil and the lemon juice, you know, the usual thing. Okay, but these detox herbs will help the liver out quite a bit. James Bond, where is the best place to buy moringa and grow the plate and then eat it? What's your advice? Or grow the plate? I don't know. I don't know where to buy the moringa. Yeah, I don't really know. Don't know much about it. Maybe somebody could chime in from the group. We've got Rousseau von Ruin. Can you talk about algae like spirulina, chlorella, etc.? I don't use it. I used to have a cupboard full of all that stuff. I came, you know, through my whole little David Wolf phase, you know, and buying all that expensive stuff. Don't need it. You know, David's really great, but he's still in the supplement realm, so to speak, and the superfood realm, and the, you know, and the protein realm. It is high protein. It's got a lot of minerals, all that kind of stuff. But Dr. Morse calls it pond scum, high-priced pond scum, and I don't really do it. I don't like the taste of it, and I don't think we need it. I really don't. I think it's just too nutritious. We don't need all that. You know, we get all we need is, I'm telling you, in those fruits and salads. You know, just buy high quality of that and save your money for that, really. Okay? And they got all these fancy, I was buying that stuff out of Klamath Lake, that blue-green and all that stuff. But I don't think we need it. I don't think this is all that difficult. I don't think there's even a magic There's not even any magic to this, really. It's just returning to nature, really. You know, putting in the food we're designed for. We're fruitarians. We got the hands, we got the mouth, we got the GI tract length, and all that that really tells us who we are. Okay. All right. So hold on. I'm skipping over some people here. Oh, here we go. We got Nana. Welcome, Nana. Hello. I have never detoxed. Well, let's get you detox. I know I need to. I cannot seem to get away from some cooked food. Yeah, you know, a lot of it's emotional ties. You know, just start by doing fruit till noon. You know, just bite the bullet. Just fruit till noon. Get in that. Give away all those bagels and cream cheese and eggs and bacon and all that stuff, and just give it away, you know, and you know, just go fruit till noon and have a salad. You're 70% home, 70% home right there. That's a good way to turn it around. And if you got to have some cooked later, do it until you can pull back on it. Okay. Antio War's back. Hi, Mark. Don't know what happened. I was waiting on another board. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh man, well welcome. Medicine Walker Brother Northstar's back. Okay, good. While creating a colon cleanser formula with one part of this herb and one part of another, what ratio would you use? Charcoal, talking ratio. Ooh, good question. That's a good question. I can't remember my ratios on my psyllium pudding. I think it's one table. You know what? Go to masterfastsystem.com. Masterfastsystem.com. He's got the ratios up there, okay, of the charcoal psyllium pudding and the bentonite clay, okay? But it's a small ratio compared to the psyllium, all right? So that's a good answer there, okay? I can't remember mine offhand, but he's got it up there on the website. James Bond, plant not plate. Sorry, no worries. Kristen Dees, thank you. You bet. Libby, I prefer your vibe to Gino. Thanks. I would prefer to go with you. Thanks. We'll be in touch. All right, good. Yeah, Gino's, we love him, man. He's a character. All right, good for him. All right, so we've got Morris Legendary. Kidneys won't filter. I have tried everything. All right. Well, how long have you tried it? And don't give up. And what can I say? We've got the tricks. We've got the herbs. We've got even kidney glandulars. You know, have you tried a kidney glandular? We've got the castor oil packs. We've got Gino's burnt stick. You know, you just take a stick. He likes to burn the end because of the plasma field, and you just go in a clockwise motion. We've got the dry fasting. You know, yeah, so you may need to try a glandular if you tried everything. I probably haven't tried the glandular. Make sure those adrenals are working too. Get that skin working. Take some pressure off those kidneys so they can heal, okay? 24-hour dry fast, have you tried that? Have you gone to 36 hours? Can you get to 36 hours? You know, these things help. Many people have broken their kidneys open with a 24 to 36-hour dry fast. So let us know, okay? Keep digging. Get off of the cooked, get off of the dairy, get off of the meats, get off of the protein. No protein that blocks up those kidneys. Okay, we got Kristen Dees. I go from one extreme to the other with my diet. I know that's a problem, but anytime I've eaten clean for a few days in a row, my body feels so weak. I run out and eat something awful. A lot of that's psychological. It really is. And, you know, if you're eating the meat as a cheat, it's got neurotransmitters in it. Those animals are not stupid. They know they're dying. They are pumping that adrenaline in. So you got to be careful with that. A lot of it is psychological. Do the best you can. I know the nights are the hardest, you know. So get rid of the junk out of the house if you can. And don't have a big bag of Lay's potato chip anywhere in the house, because in your weakest moment, you're going to hunt that thing down. So, so do a little bit more than you think you should, so you're not hungry. Okay, but a lot of it is emotional for sure. And to award Mark doing 2 kidney herbs, 2 lymph formulas, and upper circulation and dry fasting. Also did pure adrenal 200. Should I now go to Dr. Morse's adrenal formulas? Yeah, you can do those all along. Absolutely. You can combine the adrenal formulas with the pure adrenal 200. Yeah. Keep an eye on those blood pressures. If they start going real high, back off. Okay, above 125. All right. So we've got Kristen Dees. I instantly feel better when I do that, but only temporarily. I think I'm addicted to the chemicals and processed sugar. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. If you're gonna eat cooked, don't eat anything processed. You know, so yeah, titrate yourself off of that junk. I know there's chemicals in there they put in there. They got guys in white coats that know how to trick your brain. They got chemicals that actually work with the same receptors as addiction. It's crazy. So you got to wean yourself off of that. Sugar, I think processed sugar hits the same receptors as cocaine. So it's really hard for some people. But just load yourself up on the good stuff. Front load the good stuff. Get the bad stuff out of the house. And hopefully you don't live near a McDonald's or 7-Eleven. But do the best you can and just know where the enemy's at, okay? I was raised on fast food and soda. Same here. I've also lived an extremely stressful life, including childhood, and I think I have adrenal fatigue probably. Sometimes I suddenly feel an adrenaline rush for no reason at all. So yeah, the weak adrenals will give you that fatigue and that anxiety. It's a catch-22. So do the best you can. Fruit till noon, a salad. Gorge yourself on a nice big salad at noon. You know, enjoy all the fruit you want. Eat all you want of fruits and salads. All you want, okay? If you have to have a little bit of nuts and seeds on there, sprout them, soak them. But eat a lot of the good stuff. And that bad stuff will just go away. I mean, you know what they say, never go to the supermarket hungry. It's the same thing. Never detox while you're hungry. You can't do it. So, yeah, so do that. Okay. We got Chamik. So happy to see you. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, I missed everybody. All right, good to be back. We've got Kristen Dees. Wow, that explains why I'm always miserably dehydrated. My lips are always cracking. I barely creating urine anymore. Wow, okay. We got Mason East. Are oranges more powerful than Concord grapes? Yeah, I think they are. I think the citruses are really super powerful. Are lemons more powerful than oranges, or are they about the same? I think lemons are more powerful than the oranges. But you know, one of the great tricks is to take Concord grape juice and add some lemon in there. So now you're getting more astringency to those grapes, and you're still getting all that electricity and cleansing and resveratrol out of those grapes. You know, that great anti-inflammatory resveratrol, real healer. Okay, so we've got Kaylee Turner. Hi, Kaylee. What do I do about a few bad sore throats and very bad colds? My family is full of cold, and I have red swollen spots in my throat and dryness. What do I do? Well, get off of all dairy. All right, 0 dairy. Dairy is the most mucus, pus-forming, cold-forming crap ever. You got to get off of that. Get off of the mucus-forming foods. I don't know how clean your diet is, but I'll tell you, I don't get colds. I don't get any of that stuff. All that phlegm and mucus. You know, people tell me that they'll have a bowl of ice cream and immediately they're hacking. They're kicking up so much mucus and scum. So, you know, so it's sore throats and all that. It's really tied to dairy big time. But you want to detox, you know. You want to get the pus and mucus out of the body, get the kidneys open, get the GI tract going, get the lymph moving, and get the glands up, and get on a clean diet, mucusless diet. Arnold Ehret, the mucusless diet healing system. Old technology, nothing new. All right? So meat, dairy, and grains out. Goodbye. And heal yourself. Turn back on the natural healing of the body and get the pus out of the body. And don't put pus in the body. You know, milk is so full of, it's the grossest stuff. I mean, they actually have the contents that's acceptable of blood and pus and bacteria and all this crap in there. Stuff you don't want in the body. Plus, milk protein is a foreign protein to the body. The cow milk protein is a foreign protein. It's a foreign invader. It forms a mucus response of the body. Okay? So don't put anything in the body that's going to form a mucus response. Hannon Hall, good evening from Chicago. Jackfruit for dinner. Yeah. Yeah, you know, fruit for dinner. Why not? You know, I used to think fruit was just this thing that you have for dessert and this little side thing and all that. No. Fruits for dinner. They got who's the actor with the big mustache? Beef is for dinner. No, fruits for dinner, dude. You want, you know, if you want to live a long, good life. I don't know. That guy looks like looks like he might have trouble walking. You know, eating all that beef, you're gonna just be full of acids, right? Ay. I want to get him on the program. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Okay, so organic moringa from Amazon says Buddha's brain. Organic moringa, Amazon. Okay. Kristen Dees, how do you feel about eating THC and CBD? Wow. You know, people have been sending me the hemp oils and stuff like that. I've been trying them. I'm not really noticing anything. They say it really helps relax and all that. I don't know. You know, I don't have anxiety issues and all that. I'll tell you a funny story. A lot of you know that I used to live in Colorado, Aspen, Colorado. I was a ski bum in my 20s, and I worked at a restaurant. And the deal was I would come in at about 3:30 in the afternoon, and I would prep the food. And I was a cook, and so I'd have to prep the food. And you got to eat all the food you wanted. And I was in my early 20s. And I was skiing all day. So I don't even know how the place made any money because I would just gorge myself. But there was on top of this refrigerator ice maker, there was a tray of brownies. And they were cooling up there. So I got the little knife out and I hacked myself off a piece. And before you know it, I ate a couple pieces of this stuff as I was prepping food. And this feeling came over me. I really thought I was losing my mind. And it came time for the orders were starting to come, and I was cooking. And I remember looking down on the grill, and there were all these, like 4 steaks up here and chicken over here and hamburgers over here, and I had all these order tickets lined up, and I lost my place. I had a blackout. I didn't know where all this stuff was, where it came from, anything like that. I took my apron off. I ran up to the bar where the manager was, the owner, and I said, Tony, I don't know what's happening. I'm losing my mind. I'm going crazy. I gotta leave. It's hysterical. And he goes, you didn't eat those brownies, did you? And I said, yeah. He goes, oh my God. He goes, go home. And they were pot brownies. So I've been a little scared to eat THC, but I overdosed. I think I spent like 3 or 4 hours in the shower just trying. Oh, it's the most horrible thing. But anyways, that's my THC story. Sorry, but I don't know. I don't know much about it. I'm playing around with the hemp oils. There's no THC, but I guess it's a CBD oil. There's a lot of claims on it. One thing about this, there's a lot of things that can work, but, if you're not addressing the lymphatic system, if you're not moving lymph, forget about all this other stuff. If you're going to do anything on the side, make sure it's not mucus forming or acid forming. It's not going to interfere with your lymphatic movement, okay? So I'd have to do more research on these particular things. Nothing against them as long as they're holistic plants. You're not pulling the chemistry out of those plants and isolating it. As long as it's in its whole God-made form, I'm usually okay with it, okay? But yeah, make sure you're not forming acids, okay? So that's my theory on all of this stuff, all right? Natural, holistic, and not mucus forming. Okay, Mark Martin. Hey, Mark, what does it mean if one arm is reading 116/65 and the other arm is reading 125/82? All right, so it's telling me, I'll go with your left side, your 116, all right, and then your 65. Okay, so our target numbers, our textbook numbers would be 120/60, all right? So that means kidneys need a little bit of work. They're not bad. And the adrenals need to come up a little bit, but that's good. The left side's pretty good. Needs a little work. Usually most people have low adrenals and high kidneys. So, and then the right arm's 125/82. So 82 is you're in trouble there. Those kidneys are in trouble. And Dr. Morse says, in the 70s they're in trouble. And they're blocked up. So you need to work on those kidneys. Now, you need to come down, to get in, let's say 65, you need to come down 17 points. Well, if you come down, call it 15 points on your upper number 2, you're down at 110. So now you're 110 over 65. So again, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, you got to do, your right side is more blocked up than your left side. But you've got to work on those kidneys to get that 82 down. But you're going to work on both sides, obviously, at the same time. If you're detoxing, you can't just say, well, let me have the herbs for the right kidney. It doesn't work like that. But you can do more massaging on that right kidney. You can do more castor oil packs on that right kidney, right? Those specific things you can do. But you need to cleanse the kidney, both sides, obviously left side a little bit less. And you need to bring up you're going to need to bring up those adrenals on both sides once you get those kidneys opened up more. All right. So I would open up those kidneys and then maybe, work on the adrenals at the same time. But you may need to add a little bit of licorice to bring those blood pressures up. Okay, I hope that helps you. Okay, you're a little bit out of balance. A lot of people are. And you're going to, what's funny is when you see a higher kidney blockage, 80s on the right and 60s on the left, you'll see more of the lymphatic issues on that, in this case, on the right side of the body. In other words, you're going to see the sore knees or the knee replacement on the right side, or you're going to see the cataract on the right, just more of the right side will go down. The arthritis is on the right side, things like that, which is nothing but acidosis. You tend to see more, more of the skin problems and, what have you. Okay. Alegria, that's beautiful spelling too. Wow. Alegria means happiness, right? Joy. Yeah, joy. Buy organic moringa from Amazon. They have good brands too. You can buy the seeds to plant too. Good. Everybody's into moringa. Maybe I'm missing the boat here. How does it taste? That's what I want to know. We got Kaylee Turner. I'm like the world's most healthiest eater. I'm 15. I'm 15, and when I was 8 years old, I loved all fruits and vegetables, and still do. I can't stand fatty foods, and have one odd takeaway once in a while. When you're 15 years old, you're doing great. When I was 15, I was eating, Cheetos and Coca-Cola and Funyuns and Twinkies. Oh man, yeah, a lot of you younger people are really, really way up on us, which is great. So awesome. I hope your friends are the same, and I hope they take their lead from you. We've got Creep Central Broadcast is back. Is using a towel for skin brushing just as good. Yeah, anything. You can even use your nails. You could just, for skin brushing, just still go lightly. It's just a light little thing. Yeah. Should your skin go red quick? No, just go super light, you guys. Just really super light. That'll get the lymph moving. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I got mine at Whole Foods on sale for like $7, I think it was, and it's just a light bristle. Okay, and you can do it before you take your shower. Get everything going. Get that skin to slough off a little bit. And one thing when you're showering, I wouldn't use soap unless it's like a Dr. Bronner's type of thing. Because you don't want to keep clogging those pores. These cheap soaps will just clog your pores. But the dry skin brushing helps open up everything, so when you do take a shower, you'll get cleansed. And yeah. We've got Anti-Award doing detox on and off now for 5 years. Wow. With Dr. Morse's tincture serious in the last 6 months. Excellent. If I get you to do an eye reading, how can I know if the eye picture is my true condition? How can I know if the eye picture is my true condition? Well, just get me as recent the eye pictures as you can. Some people claim the lymph in their eyes changes, within weeks. I haven't really seen that. It takes months. But I can just tell you, the amount of lymph, where it's at, I do a video for you because you can see it. I can see, like, if you start getting these divots in there, they're called crypts and lacunas. You can see how deep those are, kind of how long it's been there, how deep it is. So yeah, it kind of works like that. You can get them taken every year and kind of watch the differences. Most of the differences you see is in the cleansing of the GI tract. A lot of that brown and yellow and orange will come out. Okay, so we got Scrappy. Hi, Mark. What do you think of a steam sauna and massage? Love it. Love it. Man, sounds good to me. Just the infrared are not good. The steam's great. Yeah, it helps you sweat. Massage is great for lymphatic movement. Excellent. Love your channel. Thank you, Scrappy. Thanks for being here. Jessica M., what's your opinion on hydrogen peroxide, 35% food grade? Don't use it. There are people who claim that they've cured cancer, AIDS, herpes with it. Do you think it's safe? I haven't ever used it. I don't really even know. Don't know. We've got the people doing the turpentines and all these things. So, yeah, I'm not the guy for that, but let me know what you find out. I have heard things about it though, for sure. They claim that the cancer doesn't live in an oxygenated environment. But, the thing is, it's all about acids to me, Does it fight acids? I don't think so. We got to get the acid. We got to get the obstructions out. So let's say you kill a bunch of cancer cells, but you still got all these stagnant cesspools and pockets of lymph through the body. And this stuff is hanging out in there where it can't get to. So, that's why this stuff is so insidious. It's like rust. You cut it out of one area, it keeps coming up back in the other because your lymphatic system is clogged. It's just acidosis. It's high-level acidosis in my view. Don't believe in cancer. Don't believe in diseases. These are just symptoms of an acidic, mucus-filled body, a dirty sewer. It's really that simple. It's that simple. Sure, there's genetic weaknesses, and you're going to get hit harder in those weaker areas, for sure. But when you boil it all down, it just comes down to a couple simple things. Dr. Morse, again, 2 fluids, blood and lymph, 2 sides of chemistry, acid, alkaline, pick it. Creep Central Broadcast, is drinking from copper vessels bad? I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know about that. What, do you have a copper cup or something? I don't know if it leaches it out, you know. I mean, if you're upsetting the balance, like you're going to get the copper, the trace minerals and things like that in your foods and your fruits, why upset that? You know, is my theory. So if that copper is proven to like leach out into you, then maybe it's not a good idea. You know, you want to, yeah, you don't want to upset the balance. See, nature's put together in a perfect balance. It's a divine creation. So why mess with that? You know, why take a copper supplement to throw out that natural balance? I mean, yeah, you know, if you're eating crap, processed food, we don't know, and you don't know what's in that. Everything's been leached out and all that. And you're trying to take supplements, trying to fix that. Why not just take the holistic form? You know, where everything's in the right proportion. Okay? So, yeah, if you have a question, just get rid of it. Don't drink out of it. Okay? Raw food, Foot Soldier Chris. Morse Legendary. Avoid EMFs. They can affect detoxification and kidney filtration. Okay, so good idea. Yeah, avoid the EMFs. You know, don't put the cell phone next to the ear. You know, don't get close to the screen. Ground yourself. Look into grounding. You can make a grounding pad yourself for a couple of bucks. There's videos on YouTube. I made them. It's just a little piece of screen, an alligator clip, and a piece of wire. You got to know how to wire it properly. It's pretty easy. You can get all this stuff at Home Depot. Make grounding pads. I made 3 of them for like $10. That'll help you with the EMF fields. But good idea, yeah. Anything you can do to get rid of pollution, including electromagnetic pollution, for sure. Absolutely. We want to go back to the natural world as much as we can, right? Even though I'm surrounded by all this technology, who am I to say? We got Jamie Dunson. Hey, Mark, gave you a break the past few weeks with my questions. Now I'm back. Oh, boy. Here we go. What do you suggest one should do after finishing the 14-week KIP protocol? You know, take a rest from the herbs for at least a month or so. You know, reassess yourself. These are expensive kits. You know, maybe, you know, I don't know what you're dealing with, Jamie, but, you know, if you still need to go, take a break for a while and let the body reset itself with the herbs a little bit. Stay high fruit, of course. Stay off of the meat, dairy, and grains. But, you know, we do need to rest. You know, Dr. Christopher taught that, you know, you go 6 days on, take a day off, Sunday off from the herbs, let the body reset. You know, if you're going to go a month or 2 on herbs, you know, take a break in between. It makes sense, right? Just let the body reset itself. Okay? But that's too hard of a question. I don't know what you're dealing with, but 14-week protocol is a lot of herbs and a lot of deep cleansing. So, you know, maybe let me know what you're up against. Creep Central Broadcast, should you aim for having your kidneys filtering a lot every day, or is it good enough to see just a bit of sediment, maybe a few millimeters when it falls to the bottom? Anything's good. You know, kidney filtration has a mind of its own. It really is, it's very sporadic a lot of the times. And sometimes when you have cheat foods, you get more filtration, go figure. So anything is good. You don't want to see that crystal clear urine. So yeah, if you haven't been taking in a lot of fluids and you have crystal clear urine, you got work to do, okay? But you don't need to have heavy filtrations every day. I don't have them, never did. But I have had some amazing filtration days. And I've actually put pictures up online, and it's fantastic when you have those. But like I say, sometimes those come when you've had that piece of pizza or something. You go, wait a minute, I thought it was going to block me up. But that shows your body's just kicking that crap right out. So Kaylee, good job. I hate dairy. Kaylee, 15 years old and setting the bar here. Love it. Good for you. All right, hold on one second. I just skipped over a bunch of people. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm sorry, you guys. All right, so here we go. Jeannie, what kind of dressings do you use on the salads during the detox or for just good health? I'm a ranch dressing lover and need something that is a savorish delish. Well, ranch dressing is out because it's dairy. So that is an out. You know, you know, when detoxing, you know, if you can just squeeze lemon on there, that's good. You know, apple cider vinegar thing, you know, Yeah, I would play around with the raw dressings. You know, there's a lot of good recipes. You know, you can take some avocado and a little bit of lemon and some herbs and things like this. I would play with stuff that's raw, that absolutely has no dairy. You can make things very, very savorish with herbs for sure. And yeah, so play around with that. You know, you can actually go to the market and buy the dills and the mints and all. You can play around with herbs and get something really, really tasty that's raw and not mucus forming. Okay. If you find some good recipes, come on back with them, Jeannie. Okay. We've got Dipin is back. Hi, Dipin. Hi, Mark. What most people eat a lot of junk food, and their skin looks amazing. When I eat junk food, my skin looks bad, ugly, and full of acne. They have good genetics. They have luck. Dipin from Portugal. Hey, yeah, you know, don't you hate those people? I mean, they eat all the crap and all that, and their skin still looks good. You know, all I can say is, you know, some of us are born with weaker areas, you know, and we can't get away with it where the next guy can. You know, George Burns could smoke cigars and drink whiskey all day and live to be 100. God bless him. You know, some people are like that. So, but, you know, they may have really, really good natural kidney filtration, and that stuff doesn't get kicked out to the skin, and it just goes right through them. Some people are blessed. What can I say? They got good genes, good karma. You know, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. That's not for me to know, I guess. But I know there are people like that, and I hate that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so yeah, just don't eat the junk. Stay with the program. Get the kidneys opened up. Get the skin opened up, and get the bowels opened up, and stay off the crap, and watch that skin look wonderful. And get to the point where you go into regeneration mode. If you've got scarring from acne and all that, get into regeneration mode. There's lots of stories of people that have healed, like the acne scars and all that. Once they get the acids out, acids are, you know, you can't heal. The body can't regenerate if you're acidic, but it can if you're alkaline. All right? Chimik, I quit sugar 3 years ago. It was harder than when I quit cigarette. Yeah, that's what I hear. Some people, yeah, it's those cocaine receptor things, you know. Since I smoked 13 years, courage to you, Kristen Dees. You will feel better. Yeah, great. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, definitely. You will feel better. Stephanie's back. Just saying hello and hopped on here. Hi, Stephanie. What restaurant did you work at in Aspen? I forgot. I worked at the Aspen Bar and Grill right next to the Wheeler Opera House. And I know you worked at Terra Sushi. Stephanie was in Aspen kind of around the same time I was. Yeah. We never knew each other, though. But yeah, Aspen Bar and Grill. It was in a greenhouse. The whole restaurant was in a greenhouse. It was really, really a neat place. And we had one of the most mucus-forming dishes that was our most popular. On Sunday, I would make a thing called chicken fried steak. And we had one of the owners, or 3 owners, one of the owners was from Texas, and it was his grandma's recipe. And people would line up out the door to eat this thing. Okay, so what we would do is we would take a piece of steak and we would pound it, right? And then we would batter it with an egg and flour batter, and then we would deep fry that, okay? And then we would set it on the plate. I knew nothing about this, you guys. I was a different person. But we would throw that on a plate, and then we would cover it with white gravy. And the white gravy was made from bacon grease, white flour, cracked pepper, and salt. That was it. It was the proportions were all Grandma's recipe. And then we would smother that steak in white gravy, and then we would take home fried potatoes. And they were cottage fried. They were sliced and then deep fried. And then we would smother that too with the white gravy. I mean, people lined up out the door to eat this thing. And can you imagine? I mean, if I had that, I mean, all of us, we would lock up. We wouldn't poop for a week, and we might die. I mean, anyways, the chicken fried steak was the biggest hit there. And it was cold up there, you know, and people needed all those calories, but my God. I mean, I can't believe I served that. So hopefully I've erased all that karma by helping all you out, because I certainly didn't help a lot of people back then. But it was my innocence, really. It's all our innocence. It's not ignorance. It's innocence, really. We just, yeah, we didn't know. Anyways, Amanda, Dr. Sebi likes Moringa. Good. I love Dr. Sebi. I can't believe what they did to him, you know. Putting an 85-year-old man in prison down, it was ridiculous. Anyways, God rest his soul, right? It's available online here in Australia. I agree with Mark. Not necessary. Green barley powder would be okay, maybe. You know, I don't know. You know, I do some of these powders. You know what I'll do? I do these. I get these baby power greens from Trader Joe's, and sometimes I'll just dehydrate them and powder them and throw them in. So yeah, you know, they're fine. Yeah, as long as they're raw, right? Raw organic, I think it's fine. As long as it's not mucus forming. Hey, you guys, thank you for that tip. I heard you couldn't hear me, so I had to switch microphones. I'm sorry about that, okay? Thank you. I just got that, okay? Okay, Bitsy, please. Okay. Hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. I got to catch up to you guys. Okay, all right, so here we go. No sound. Okay, sorry, guys. Sound is gone. Okay, all right, so... Oh, we've got a lot of questions here. Okay. Okay, I'm catching back up to you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm glad we spotted. I'm glad you guys spotted that. I had a technical issue here. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Would you recommend red reishi mushroom for cancer or HIV people? I have a video I did on reishi and the immune system on this YouTube channel. So check that out. There's been a lot of research out of Japan that is really, really good. And they actually use it as a recommended treatment over in Japan, okay? So I hope that helps you with that one. I'm going to go fast, you guys, okay? And let me know if the sound was working again. I think I'm getting good bars over here now, okay? Sound, yeah, okay, so I've got something. I'm probably not as good as before, but it'll do. Okay, please go over what bath soap to use. That is Dr. Bronner's, okay? Very famous soap, $80 home sauna at Amazon.com. Kaylee, I've had a sore throat and very bad stomach ache and a bit of a cold and I'm sick, and what do I do? Okay, answered that. The sore throat, I gave you the herbs for that. And the stomach ache, yeah, you want to clean that GI tract, mono meals, and look at that pancreas, okay? Creep Central Broadcast, thank you so much for all you do, James Gordon. I'm so happy I found your channel. Thank you for finding me and joining in. I share with everyone I can because it's the best introduction. Absolutely, share this information, you guys. There's a lot of suffering people needlessly. Want to shout out from the rooftops. Me too. Thank you so much. Yeah. Share this information, you guys. It's so simple and it's so vital to help heal this super sick planet here. Okay, Kaylee, when I breathe my back stings, why is that? Look at your adrenals. Adrenal pressure, you know, look at that. You know, you want to get that around 120. If you're having labored breathing, you have low neurotransmitters a lot of the time. Or it could be, you could have lung obstructions. Okay, so you want to learn how to detox those lungs. But check those adrenals, 120 over 60. A lot of people are down around 100, so that's really labored breathing. Jeannie, check out Tanny Raw on YouTube, okay? Creep Central Broadcast. If you try to move lymph with exercise and massage, etc., it's best to see a lot of kidney filtration prior to it. Before you do a lot of lymph movement, a lot of like rebounding and things like that, or a lot of lymphatic herbs, make sure you got some filtration. You can still do a little bit of lymphatic herbs even if you have no filtration, just to help things along though, okay? Jeannie, right, yeah, no ranch dressing, nope, it's dairy, okay, thanks. I will let you know if I have any good dressings. Good, thanks Jeannie, appreciate that. Buddhist Brain, how does one know they are draining lymph during sauna? You don't know. It's basically just check that kidney filtration. That's the only way we really know if we're moving lymph, okay? Kristen D. I'm going fast, you guys. Thank you, Shamik, says Kristen D's. Kaylee Turner, my throat hurts. My tonsils feel like they're closing. What can I do? Get off all dairy, detox. Use those herbs I talked about for the throat area, okay? You can do castor oil packs on the throat area too to help soften things up, okay? If it's indeed those tonsils are locking up. The castor oil pack can really help. Pinch of cayenne in that castor oil, okay? That'll help there, okay? Stephanie Ross, LOL, okay. We got Kaylee, this makes me feel ill hearing what you made. That makes me feel ill hearing what you made. The sound went off. Okay, so we lost our sound, okay. Jeannie, I was going to ask my last short adventure into raw. I ate pineapple. The more I ate, the more my tongue hurt. Then I realized while eating more pineapple, my tongue was more than... We'll have to catch up to that. Pineapple can be very acidic, you guys. A lot of it's not picked ripe, so it's actually very acidic to the body. Be very careful with pineapple. Make sure it's sweet. If anybody knows how to pick a pineapple properly, let me know. I kind of pick the ones that look a little bit older than the real green ones myself. And I kind of squeeze it, make sure I can get a little squeeze in it. The really rock hard ones I just stay away from. The green rock hard ones I stay away from. No sound, no sound. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's skip over that. He's going to figure that out. Yeah, I think I did. Jeannie hurting, it was bleeding. The tongue, Jeannie's tongue was hurting, it was bleeding. Okay, so that's acidic. You got acids coming in and hurting an already acidic mouth. Oh my God, well, it took time to get over it. Baking soda to cut the acid action. So you're right, you went after the acids with the baking soda. Yikes, my tongue still does not feel right. Yeah, stay away from those acidic pineapples, you guys. And if pineapple. Now, something clicked and no sound. Someone texted him. Guys, if you can see and hear me, let me know, okay? Someone just type in if they can see or hear me. Let me know how we're doing here, okay? I'm having cutting in and out, sound is gone. Okay. Yeah, I'm having some issues here for some reason. Oh, wait, I got a yes. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I got a red bar here. We're having some streaming issues for some odd reason. I don't know what it is. All right, perfect sound. Oh, okay, we got perfect sound. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, sound cutting in and out. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to cut this, okay? Because I've got some technical problems. Save your questions for next week. We'll pick up, okay? So yeah, Mercury's in retrograde. So we'll pick up next week, okay? It's been almost 2 hours, so. Maybe this is the universe telling me to get off. So we'll pick it up next week. And thank you so much, everybody. And we will see you next week. I will get to all those questions. Just bring them back next week, okay? All right. God bless. Bye-bye.